Hi YouTube, Kyle with Confident Canines here, and today, well, this might be going out on other platforms other than YouTube. So, hi Facebook, hi Instagram, hi everybody. This is Kyle with Confident Canines, and today we're going to talk about what do you do when you have a baby if you also have a dog. If you don't have a dog, you don't need to watch this video because I don't know any other information about having a baby. But if you do have a dog and you want to know how do I bring a baby home and what do I do with my dog, that's a great question. This is prompted because I have a dog here right now who's in for board and training because his owners just had a baby and they're like, uh-oh, what do we do? We're having some problems. In particular, the baby crying was causing their dog to go into, I hesitate to say like a prey drive. He wasn't like trying to like hunt the baby, but it was causing some problems. So a good question is, what do we do? Well, let's start with what we don't do. In my opinion, what we don't do is try to make the baby and the dog be friends. We don't put the baby in a position to be sniffed by the dog. Your dog can smell the baby from like a different room, so don't worry about that. Your dog knows the baby's there. Your dog can smell the baby. He knows what he smells like, he or she. Um, they don't need to meet. They don't need to be friends. I think that's dangerous. I know you've got the sweetest dog in the world and they never hurt a fly, and that's fine. I still think it's just a risk not worth taking. And I also just don't think it's beneficial, in particular if you're having problems. I would not focus on the dog and the baby being friends. What I would focus on is coexistence. So what do I mean by that? I mean your dog learning to go to place and hang out in the same room where the baby is, or going, it is, I mean, you don't have to do it like in the baby's like room or the nursery. But if you're in your living room, your dog can go into place on one side of the room, and you're over here on the couch with your baby, and the baby's crying. Dog still has to stay in place. Baby's on the couch getting his diaper changed. Dog's still in place. Whatever's going on, the dog still needs to be in place. Your baby's in their car seat on the floor, and you're getting ready to leave or something, your dog needs to learn to be in place. This could also have your dog being in a crate or being in a down. Places, going to be the most common, probably way to have your dog just hang out with you, but just having your dog in a down works too. Just having your dog in their crate works too. I think all of them are good to practice. So that would be what I would focus on. Really, there's not a lot to it. I just think that very often the state of mind or the goal for dog owners who have a new baby is to have them be friends. And so they sort of worry about, will the dog like the baby? And so they want the dog to be able to sniff the baby and interact with the baby so that he can say, oh, I love this thing, and it's all good. You don't need your dog's approval. It's already all good. You had a baby. That was your choice. You didn't ask the dog before you had a baby. You didn't get permission. You don't need permission, and you don't need your dog to be the baby's friend. What you need is your dog to accept the fact that there is a new child in the house, and that it is not his responsibility to assess that situation. It is not his or her responsibility to, give their approval. Their responsibility and their job is to accept it, coexist with it, lay down, be quiet, deal with it. Okay. And that sounds kind of harsh in a way, but it really isn't. It's going to make everybody more comfortable. It's going to make your dog more comfortable, particularly if it's something that your dog is worrying about. In the case here of this dog who's, getting worked up because the baby is crying, he's becoming anxious. He's becoming adrenalized, and that's causing misbehaviors. But if he can learn just to lay down, which he has learned to just lay down, go to place, and chill out, he's going to be more relaxed with the baby as opposed to it sort of being this thing that's actually causing him some anxiety. So your dog benefits too. So it's a very simple, training place. It does take a little bit of time. And ideally you would do more training beyond that. But at the very least, train a really good place command, hopefully before you bring the baby home. But if that's not an option, you can start now. Um, and just, I think the biggest thing is just the state of mind and the goal. What is the goal? Is the goal for them to be friends, or is the goal for the dog to just exist around the baby. And I think once you flip that, I think that it's really easy to find success because it's not super hard to train a dog to place most of the time. Um, and so that's my take on it. If your dog and your baby are best friends, that's totally your call. It's totally up to you. But for people who might be wondering what's a way around this, or what's a course of action, or people who are struggling, that's what I would do. So thank you for checking us out. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one, and goodbye.